Hey, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. And last night I did a, a show on Stephen A. Smith, right? And I told y'all this morning that I was going to explain to y'all why I believe Jalen Brown is basically in a situation to where he's targeted. Now, I believe that Stephen A. Is doing what he's been doing, which is working on a way to basically get some of uh, these contract lessened as he been done throughout the whole duration, of his existence, right? And this is why I believe that Jalen Brown is now the target. Okay, Jalen Brown basically said something once he received his contract, right? Kyrie was the focus, he was the hit piece. Now that he's no longer focusing on Kyrie, his time is now to focus on Jalen Brown. And Jalen Brown said some stuff that went over a lot of people's head, but he said something that most of them establishment don't want to be heard, right? What did he say? He said, um, basically, Stephen A. Brown said, hold on, hey, it's early. I'm sorry, y'all. Stephen A. Smith basically said that Jalen Brown, is unmarketable. He's, basically doing his hit piece and trying to say that his attitude and, a lot of people don't like him due to his attitude and stuff like that, right? Which is really not the reason. The real reason is he is being sicked on Jalen Brown for this reason, right? I'm gonna post this audio. I'm gonna just play it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this audio and then I'm gonna commentate on. $1 million over 5 years, and right now Jalen Brown is speaking about that contract for the very first time.
Hey Jalen, what do you plan to do with the generational wealth? What do you plan to do off and on the floor with this new contract?
Well, that's a great question. I want to launch a project to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston. I want to attack the wealth disparity here. I think there's analytics that supports that stimulating the wealth gap could actually be something that could be betterment for the entire economy. With the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about 1 year investment in community, but two, also, the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about is top five in the U.S. It's something that we can all improve on. It's unsettling. And I think through my platform, through influential partners, through selected leaders, government officials, a lot who are in this room, that we can come together and create new jobs, new resources, new businesses, new ideas that could, highlight minorities, but also stimulate the economy and the wealth gap at the same time. I think that could be a mix of commercial entities, real estate, residentials as well. Boston could be, a fully integrated, self-sufficient, hub, attacking minorities and stimulating the wealth gap. I think Boston could be a pilot, not just for wealth disparity here in the U.S., but also for around the world. So you asked me what I wanted to do or what I want to do. One, I want to, attack that wealth gap here in Boston, create a project. Also, I want to help stimulate the overall economy, and I want to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston.
Okay, so now everybody know, man. If you've been living in the United States in their existence, right? This has always been a thing, right? It's always been an issue for when people that looks like Jalen Brown is saying those type of things. The only thing they want wealthy people like that is to buy things, sell things, promote negative things, right? They don't want them talking about impacting their own kind, right? Which is why most people in the NBA don't talk about, anybody of their own demographic because it's frowned upon, especially amongst owners, right? So basically, I believe that Stephen A is being being sicked on people like Jalen Brown for the simple fact that he have the views of helping underprivileged individuals. That's mainly it, right? Because he had no other reason to talk down on this man, to sit there and say, "Oh, he's unmarketable." Why is he unmarketable? Because of the stuff that he's talking about, the things, the viewership that he has, the stuff that he wants to do with his own money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I believe Stephen A. Smith is talking about Jalen Brown. You know what I'm saying? That's the real reason. I don't see no other way. Jalen Brown hasn't disrespected this man. Jalen Brown hasn't done much or anything to this man. But those type of messages, it don't go unpunished a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So, what is the best strategy? Wait, and then we're gonna make it seem like we're attacking you for a different reason. But the real reason is because Jalen Brown is saying that he wants to tackle the disparity that's in the neighborhoods, right? That everybody is basically poor, and he want to create an initiative that's going to change that. And when you're talking about social change and social status and stuff like that, man, you're going to have a lot of people watching you. You're going to have a lot of people watching what you do, how you make your moves, because that's not what they want from the athletes. They want the athletes to take their own money and then use it for their own selfish personal reason, right? Not to change or affect lives. If that was something that they wanted done, that would have already been done. They would have already, been putting things in play to where these NBA players never go broke again. But a lot of times they don't change social. They don't want people changing social status. Just like J.R. Smith, like he said, why are we renting gyms when we got enough money to where we can actually pay for gyms, right? They can actually do that. But the problem is you got a lot of people that's so afraid to where now they're only going to spend their money on the silly things. They're not going to help their community, and if they do, they're going to have pretty much a silly plan just to save money. And then a lot of times, it ain't even in a neighborhood that's impoverished. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it and I'm saying that the reason that Stephen A. Smith, I believe, is the reason he's tackling or really are trying to talk about Jalen Brown is because he's been sick on him. And I'm gonna just be flat out honest with y'all. This man is being told to do that. That's why he tried to create a fake source, right? So the people wouldn't come down on him about his views. But actuality, he's been sick on people. That's been the case. Anything them folks want to be said, they're going to go to Stephen A. Smith and he's going to say it. Like he said, I wake up every day to do two things: make my boss's money and try to get a piece of it. So that's Stephen A. Smith whole ordeal. That's the thing that he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? But that $304 million contract that Jalen Brown got is a problem only because his views of what he's going to do with it. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I thank y'all for tuning in. That's all I got for now. Leave a comment down below in the comment section. Also, man, hit the subscribe button, and I appreciate y'all.